What's up, people? How are you doing? My name is Well, no. I'm sorry. My name is Dani now. I need to remember that. But anyway, welcome back to the Breathe Out the Weird Challenge, not so very version. Today's episode will proceed in a slightly different manner than usual because, you see, there was an issue. Apparently, I changed my OBS audio settings, even if I have no memory of doing that at all. And I didn't notice that until I was done with the recording, and surprise, surprise, the audio was a mess. The game audio was very loud, it would completely muffle the sound of my voice at certain times, so yeah, there was just no way for me to use that. I panicked for a few hours, trying to figure out what to do. I couldn't record the episode again, I had already saved the game, there was no way of going back. But I didn't want to just discard the episode either, that wouldn't be fair for you. So I had to come up with a solution, and this is it. I will show you the footage I have while doing a summary of what happened in the episode. I'm sorry if you're not into that kind of video, but trust me, it's better this way. Your ears would bleed to death if you could hear the original audio. But rest assured, I fixed the issue. This won't happen again. I hope. So you only have to bear with this for this episode. Unless you realize that you actually like this format better than the other one. I don't know, maybe this video will turn out better than the usual format and you will find yourselves begging me to keep recording my challenges in this manner. Who knows? Anyway, that's enough rambling, let's just start with this episode because we have a lot of stuff to talk about. So my objective for this episode was, first, to age up Lilith into a child so we could finally get her to look like the regeneration of this challenge, and second, to get as much progress as possible in Diana's career, logic skill, and element collection. Spoiler alert, I failed yet again to finish the collection. I barely found any crystals or metals in this episode, and none of them gave me new elements. I even got Raphael to go fishing a few times because I found out while playing the Asylum Challenge that we can also find crystals while fishing, but it didn't make any difference. Raphael found nothing. I mean, he found a voodoo doll, after Diana spent hundreds of simoleons to buy one, but other than that, he found nothing. Oh, and before I forget, my friend Mundas told me that I could sell the maps they found through build mode, and I did that a few times, but then I found out later that you can also sell them directly from your inventory if you just hit the multi-selection button. Does it make any sense? Absolutely not, but it works.
Logics.
Regarding Diana's career, in the last episode, Diana was finally able to choose the branch of her career and she's now on the path to becoming an interstellar smuggler. Her daily task has changed. Now her daily task requires her to go on space missions, and her promotion tasks require her to level up her rocket science skill, so it was finally time for us to put together the space rocket parked in our backyard. And while Diana was doing that, I remembered that wedding arch has absolutely no business staying in our backyard, so I hammered it down. I'm sorry it took me so long, it's because I don't usually sell those things. I just find an empty space in the lot to place them and they stay there until I need them again. It's a bad habit, I know. It doesn't even make sense for them to have a freaking wedding arch in their backyard to begin with. I'm seriously considering building a wedding venue somewhere someday. That will make the weddings fancier and it will also make my life easier, but the thing is, I'm lazy. I'm sorry. I will build one day, I promise. Anyway, back to the rocket ship. It took a while to get the whole thing together, but well, that's to be expected. It's a rocket ship. I don't even know why the Sims can have one. Seriously, the game has no cars, but any Sim can have a freaking rocket spaceship and launch it into space.
Logics.
And that rocket is not even that expensive, it's ridiculous. But speaking of expenses, because we have so much money, I decided to spice up the challenge by making our lives more difficult and decided to deduct 1,000 simoleons from the household funds every time Diana launches the rocket. I like to think it's for fuel expenses. The idea was to slowly decrease our money, however, it didn't work. Diana launched the rocket ship 3, maybe 4 times in this episode, but the collectibles that we keep selling replenish those few thousand simoleons in no time. Maybe I will start deducting 2,000 simoleons instead in future episodes. Is it a good idea? What do you think? I don't know. But do you want to know another thing that doesn't make any sense? Diana's fear of the dark. Think about it. She's an astronaut. She goes to space on a daily basis to improve her work performance, yet she is afraid of the dark. Like, honey, I'm sorry to tell you this, but there's no darker place out there than freaking outer space. I tried to fix that fear, but I failed, so I will have to try again in the next episode. Ugh. Anyway, with Diana's career, we were off to a bad start. First, we did not complete our daily task for a few days because it took so long to build the rocket ship. And then we lost performance in one of those weird events because I dropped a job to take up the job of another guy that was offering us more money, and in the end that other guy ghosted us and left us with nothing. Not cool, pal. Not cool. I accepted the job because I thought since Diana is a mercenary, she would only care about the money, but apparently reputation is also important. We still managed to get promoted though, right before the end of the episode, and let me tell you this, the new outfit is so freaking cool. I even paused the game to take screenshots because it was so cool. I've never seen that one before, but that's probably because I never got this far into the interstellar smuggler career. And I'm kind of regretting that a lot right now. Also, can we take a moment to talk about the jealous trait? It's pretty ridiculous. There was one occasion in this episode where Diana got the insecure moodlet from being away from Raphael when he was sleeping. He was literally just sleeping in their bed, in their bedroom, and she was getting all paranoid, wondering what he was doing and with whom. And there was another situation where she got jealous of her own daughter. Raphael and Lilith were talking while watching television and she got jealous and yelled at Raphael because of that. I was so mad. She's ridiculous. Listen, I'm something of a jealous person myself, so if even I think she's being ridiculous, that's saying a lot. I have to admit that I spent most of this episode obsessed with Lilith. I don't know why, I've just been really interested and invested in babies ever since the infant update. Before the update, I couldn't even be bothered to properly develop any of the toddler skills, but now I always try to raise all of their skills as much as possible. I only pick one or two that I absolutely need to max out though, and in Lilith's case, I chose to max out her communication skill since she will have to max out her charisma skill in the future. I developed most of her communication skill by having her talk with her parents, especially Raphael, so their relationship improved a lot too. Even if there was one situation where Lilith asked Raphael for a hug and that idiot refused. Can you believe it? You lost points with me on that one, Raphael. You really did. You have no right to hurt your child like that. Anyway, I also maxed out Lilith's potty skills, but that one is easy. It's almost a given, so I'm not sure it counts. And then I got the other skills to level 4, so she did pretty well, I would say. Oh, and for Diana, I got her logic skill to level 9, so I think we can max it out in the next episode and cross that off our list. We will have to be very unlucky to not be able to max out her logic skill in the next episode. Another thing that I should probably mention is that Kian called Diana to ask her if he should date a woman named Leslie Mark, and I said yes, so they are now in a relationship. I cannot say it's a happy and healthy relationship, but, well, it is what it is. Finally, the very end of this episode was all about Lilith. I aged her up to a child. I chose the social butterfly aspiration for her because, again, she will have to max out her charisma skill in the future, and that will give us an advantage. And then I gave her the hot-headed trait because out of the 3 traits she must have as an adult, that is the only one you can pick as a child. And now, the most important thing of this challenge, her face. She is surprisingly pretty. I thought she would look more like Diana, but no, she has a lot of Raphael in her face too. So she almost looks like a normal person. Almost. Let's just hope that she will still look this normal when she becomes a teenager. I mean, puberty hits some of us really hard. Let's hope Lilith won't be one of them. But honestly, if she keeps looking like that, I feel that we already won this challenge. Seriously. So I went to the cast to take a proper look at her face. I dyed her hair red and I gave her some red clothing too. She isn't going full red yet, but it's just a matter of time. Anyway, that's the end of this episode. Again, I'm so sorry that it's so short and weird. I really need to start double checking my OBS settings before I start recording because I will flip the table if this sort of thing happens again. So much effort wasted, so many funny jokes were lost. Well, I mean, I find them funny. You probably would disagree, but wait. Now that I think about it, how the heck am I supposed to make a short out of this episode? I always make a short of each episode, kind of like a highlight, but this episode is all weird and messed up. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it this time. Maybe I can still use one of the parts of the video where the audio is bearable? I'll have to look into it. Anyway, I will leave you with Lilith's glow up now. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you didn't, well, I won't blame you. But if this is your first time here, try to watch one of my other videos. They are probably, most likely, better than this one. Don't forget to comment and subscribe too, because I'll be back in a couple days and you don't want to miss a thing. Trust me. And I'm serious this time. We will get to meet some new Sims in the next episode while we complete Lilith's aspiration. And if you watch my Asylum Challenge videos too, there will be a couple surprises. Trust me. See you then.